Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron and welcome back today to another live stream. This is going to be the game preview for Cardiff City versus Everton in the Premier League tomorrow. Obviously the first game preview we've done in quite some time. It's been a couple of weeks now. Everton obviously haven't played in a couple of weeks and it's probably been the best couple of weeks of my season, to be honest. A well needed break for the players, for the fans, for the manager. Just a well-needed break for anybody really to do with Everton Football Club, because the performances and the results recently have not been good enough whatsoever. Obviously the lads have had 17 days off, more than enough time to rest and more than enough time to get themselves up for this game. A game against a team that are struggling in the Premier League, a game against a team that could very well go down and get relegated this season, but also a game against a team that are going to bring a lot of heart, are going to bring a lot of fight, and have got obviously something to fight for, and that is their position as a Premier League side. And we know off watching Everton in recent weeks and months, the one thing that Everton haven't been given is enough fight and enough passion, and we haven't been showing that, you know what, we actually want to play for this club, you know what, these players want to fight for this shirt and they want to fight for this badge. And I said this a couple of weeks ago and I'll say it again, any team that comes and plays Everton with that little bit of fight and with that little bit of heart will more than likely get a result against us. And if they've got a little bit of quality to go with it, then they probably will definitely get a result. And I'm not sure whether Cardiff do have that little bit of quality to go with it, but they will definitely bring the passion, and they'll definitely bring the fight, and they'll want to win this game. And you know, rightly so, they need to win this game. Realistically, every game is a must win for a team like Cardiff City now, but equally every game should be a must win for Everton. Marco Silva's had his pre-game press conference this morning, an early one about 10 o'clock, and he said that every game now is like a cup final. A very fine choice of words after the other numpty across the park said that the derby's like Everton's World Cup final. Yeah, alright lad, you were the one that ran on the pitch with a rod on when you scored in the last minute, you absolute muppet. But yeah, fine choice of words by Marco Silva saying that every game now is like a final for Everton. And you know what, I agree with him. It is, because we have to win every game between now and the end of the season, or we have to pick up points. I know there's games against some top sides which we're very unlikely to win, let's be honest, but we need to start picking up points on the board, because we're in danger of slipping into something that we don't want to slip into. And by that I mean, you know, a relegation battle. We don't want to be anywhere near that. But if we don't start picking up points, especially against teams that are in them sort of battles, aka your Cardiffs, then we are going to get dragged into it. And rightly so. You know, if we can't beat a team that are fighting relegation, then we probably should be fighting relegation as well, let's be honest. We need to go out tomorrow and we need to show our authority, and we need to show that we are the better team, not just on paper but overall. And we need an all-important 3 points. Like I said, we've had 17 days off now. The lads have had a break, they've had some time with the family, they've had some time away from playing football. So anything confidence wise, you know, any doubts about playing football and all that sort of stuff, hopefully you know, a little bit of that's being gotten rid of now, and the lads are going to come in with a fresh mind, and they're going to say, you know what, we need to start winning games of football, so let's start tomorrow night. And you know, if we win tomorrow, it sets us up in, you know, good fettle for what we've got to come on Sunday. Obviously the Merseyside derby this Sunday. Liverpool also play on Wednesday, and you know, if we beat Cardiff tomorrow and Liverpool lose to Watford, I think they play on Wednesday, then the confidence could swing our way, and we might be going into the Merseyside derby with a little bit more confidence than them. And who knows, we might get a result there. You know, if we get a win tomorrow and we get a big result on Sunday against Liverpool, then I think, you know, the confidence will start to feed into the team, and hopefully we'll start to see performances like the ones that we've seen before obviously the first Merseyside derby, which is when it all started to go that way. So, you know, I mean, it's not ideal that the first Merseyside derby was the start of that, and you know, then the Merseyside derby afterwards could be the end of it, because we don't want that to happen every season. But listen, it's, you know, forgetting about that. Marco Silva said it in his pre-game press conference today, let's not think about the derby. The lads aren't thinking about the derby, they're not thinking about Sunday, they're thinking about tomorrow, and that is all we need. An all-important 3 points. It's a must-win game and it's a cup final, and that's what he said, and I totally agree with him. I must admit, a massive hello to everybody in the live chat so far. I'm just going to tweet this team out so everybody knows we are live before my phone dies, because it's literally on the brink of death. Bear with me 2 seconds. Let's get that link out. There you go. Sorted. So yeah, Marco Silva obviously had his pre-game press conference. As you can see by the title of this video, Phil Jagielka to return to the Blues. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Of course, we'll go through my predicted starting 11. It's been a while since I have said that, but yet, like I said, Marco Silva confirming today that Yerry Mina is still a doubt for tomorrow's game. Obviously, Yerry Mina's picked up an injury in the last couple of weeks, in the last month or so, and he's been training with the team, but he hasn't really been anywhere near the first team. Kurt Zuma obviously picking up a red card last time out against Watford, so he is suspended. So the question was always going to be, during that period of 17 days, is Yerry Mina going to be fit enough to get back into this team? Is he going to be fit enough? Obviously, before the Watford game, Phil Jagielka was still out injured, so, you know, it really was on Yerry Mina, because if he wasn't to be fit and Phil Jagielka wasn't to be fit, there wouldn't really be anybody to partner Michael Keane with. Obviously, Marco Silva's had his pre-game press conference today. He's come out and he said, listen, Yerry Mina, there's still a doubt. We're going to be honest, he's still carrying a little injury. We'll assess him tomorrow. He might be, you know, he might be fit, he might not be fit, but one thing is for sure, and that is Phil Jagielka is definitely fit. So I would assume that putting 2 and 2 together, given the fact that, you know, Yerry Mina is injured or is still a doubt, and Phil Jagielka has got back to fitness, I would assume that we're going to see him in an Everton shirt once again. And to be honest, listen, I've said it for weeks that, you know, Everton have lacked passion, we've lacked fight, we've lacked that somebody that understands the club, we've lacked that somebody that knows what it means to play for this football club. And Phil Jagielka mightn't be the most vocal player you've ever seen in an Everton shirt, he mightn't be the best player you've ever seen in an Everton shirt, but he's played for this club for a very long time now, and he knows what it means to the fans, and he knows what it means to play for the badge on the shirt. So it might be a blessing in disguise. It mightn't be the worst thing in the world if he comes into this team and gives the, you know, the lads a little bit of a kick up the arse and tells them, you know, you can't just be waltzing around the football pitch doing nothing, because it's not going to work. I'll go into the live comments now and see what you guys are saying. If you're not enjoying the stream, by the way, so far, please do leave a like and subscribe if you are new. So close to 400 subscribers now, which is absolutely unbelievable. EFC 1878 says a team that might be getting relegated coming up against Cardiff City might be a good game. Yeah, I'm sure it will be a good game. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully it's a good game and we end up winning it. Jonathan McCulfer says we need to play better. We definitely do. Eli or Ellie, I don't want to cock that up, but says, hey, what place do you think Everton will finish? Personally, I think we will start to pick up results. I think we will start to win games, and I'm going to say 9th or 8th. Let's say 8th. Let's be optimistic. Jonathan says Everton won't get relegated. I also don't think we'll get relegated, but if we can't beat teams like Cardiff City, who are, you know, looking, you know, in pole position really to be relegated, then I think it's only fair to say we're in that fight as well. David says this is a must win with no doubt, or Liverpool will bend us over and leave the lube on the bedside table. Yes, it is a must win 100%, and then we have to beat them lot at Goodison on Sunday, because listen, I'd take nothing more in pleasuring absolutely battering them on Sunday and then saying the reason you lost the league is because we turned you over when we were shite. So we had 2 really big games now, and 2 must-win games. But more importantly, obviously, we need to win tomorrow night, because it's a massive game. EFC 1878 says some cop-eyed gobshites are still saying that Origi's goal didn't F us up, deluded. I'm not going to say that last word. Yeah, listen, it's very clear the effect that Origi's goal, the timing of it, the manner of it, and, you know, the fact that we played so well in that game as well, and we should have taken home all the 3 points in that game. In a Merseyside derby at Anfield, we played better than I've seen us play in years. In a Merseyside derby, probably better than I've ever seen us play at Anfield. And obviously, you know, we ended up coming away with a silly loss because of a stupid mistake at the end. Megan says, hi from me, Callum, Tasha, Abby and Sophie. I hope you're not out in a beer garden, because where was my invite there? But hi anyway, thanks for joining. And Samuel says, I'm going to Cardiff tomorrow. Very nice. I hope you enjoy the trip, and obviously stay safe and make sure you get home safe no matter the result. But hopefully the Blues can get a win for you. But yeah, let's jump straight into my predicted starting 11 then. Let's not waste any more time talking about how, you know, we want to beat Liverpool and all that sort of stuff. We'll have the game preview to the Liverpool game on Friday, of course. So let's talk about my predicted starting 11 for tomorrow's game. I've gone for Jordan Pickford in goal. Again, say it week in, week out. I'm not going to say it again. Obviously, just become a dad. Doesn't matter. Everton fit now, I'm only messing. Obviously, he's just become a dad, but, you know, same every single week. Jordan Pickford is the number 1 and is playing every single week. John Joe Kenny at right back. The reason for that is just because I think he's playing well at the minute. I don't think he's absolutely fantastic. I don't think he's the best thing since sliced bread, but I think he's playing better than Seamus Coleman at the minute. And I think, you know, he also offers us a little bit of fight, a little bit of passion, a little bit of, knowing what it means to wear the shirt, knowing what it means to be an Evertonian, knowing what it means to play for the badge. So John Joe Kenny in at right back for me, Michael Keane at centre-half, obviously alongside Phil Jagielka, who will probably take the captain's armband because he is the club captain. We've just spoken about them two there, pretty much the only two centre-halves that we've got to our disposal if Yerry Mina is unfit, so I think it's pretty, you know, certain that those two will play next to each other if Yerry Mina is deemed unfit. Luca Dean at left back. Marco Silva did confirm today that Leighton Baines is available. Leighton Baines is fit for this game tomorrow, but I still think that Luca Dean will come in. You know, listen, he's had a couple of off games in the last couple of months, but he's fantastic left back. For me, he's been our best signing of the season. He's been our best player this season. I think he's absolutely quality. And yeah, for me, he gets in this team all day long. I've gone for a midfield 3, as in a 4-3-3 midfield of... or have I? No, I haven't. I've cocked it up. I've gone for a midfield 3 of Idrissa Gana Gueye, Andre Gomez and Tom Davies. Of course, listen... Have I put too many players in there? Or too little players in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, I can't count. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what that was about. Couldn't count for a minute. Yeah, I've gone for a midfield 3 anyway of Idrissa Gana Gueye, Andre Gomez and Tom Davies. Idrissa Gana Gueye obviously coming out in the international break and saying, listen, you know, I'm still open for a move to PSG. It's very nice to understand that these teams attack me, and I'm basically just going to play even harder now to try and, you know, make a move happen in the summer. I think I mentioned it in a stream previously. I think it is quite disrespectful. I think it's, you know, it's basically throwing everything that we've given him back in his face. I know a lot of people are saying if he wants his move, give him his move, and that's fair enough, but I still don't think he should be speaking about it, obviously, after the transfer window has shut. Anyway, he's in the team because he's an Everton player, and he's probably our best player in that position at the minute. I've gone for then Andre Gomez in the midfield, of course. Again, Andre Gomez mentioned during the break of, you know, maybe Marcel Brands going over to Barcelona and negotiating a possible deal for him to join on a permanent. He is in the team as per usual, and Tom Davies, of course. I think Tom's played really, really well. There are 12 players. That's a 4-3-3. I was thinking that, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there is 12 players. Hang on. Let me change this. There's 12 players in the team. What have I done here? I've right cocked this up, haven't I? Look, I'm getting too excited already. We haven't played, and we're that bad that I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just get 12 players in the mix for a laugh. Let me fix this. I'll tell you what we'll go for. We'll take Bernard out. We'll take Bernard out of there for the minute. Imagine Bernard isn't there. Is there any way I can draw him out of this? I don't think there is. I don't know whether there is any way I can draw Bernie out of this. But anyway, imagine Bernard isn't there. I've cocked that straight up. I put 12 players in there, but, you know, only 10 minutes to realise there's 12 players, although Dom is up front, so can't count him. Yeah, I don't know what I've done there. Major cock up on my part. I do apologise about that. I hope you're still enjoying the stream and leave a like. But yeah, let's pretend Bernard isn't there. We'll take Bernard out for now. So I've gone for a midfield 3, 4-3-3 formation of Idrissa Gana Gueye, Andre Gomez and Tom Davies in the midfield. I've gone for Ademola Lookman, Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin as the front three. A very attacking front three, a very pacey front three, and a front three for me that haven't played enough together this season. Lookman obviously has been in and out the team. I still don't think he's had, you know, a proper opportunity for me this season. I still think that he's been in and out too much. I think Marco Silva does need to give him you know, a run of games, and by a run of games I do mean, you know, 5 to 10 games, sorry, in the Premier League to really show what he can do. Bringing him in and taking him out, and bringing him in and taking him out isn't going to help anybody, certainly not the player. Obviously, Richarlison on the left, listen, he's frustrating, isn't he, sometimes, but he scores goals. He's our top goal scorer this season, and he knows exactly where the back of the net is. So Richarlison up front and Dominic Calvert-Lewin for me as well, because again, I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been playing well recently, and again, I think chopping and changing, bringing him in and out the team isn't going to really help the player at all. So yeah, sorry about that. Imagine Bernard isn't there. I've got well too excited and thought, you know what, we just need as many players as we can because we need to win this game, so let's just throw 12 in there. So imagine Bernard isn't in there. 4-3-3, Pickford, Kenny, Keane, Jags, Digne, Idrissa Gana Gueye, Andre Gomez, Tom Davies, Lookman, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Richarlison. That is my predicted starting 11. Let me know your thoughts in the live comments if you're watching this as a live stream. If you're watching it as a YouTube video afterwards, of course, leave your predicted starting 11s in the YouTube comments. If you are enjoying the stream so far, please do leave a like, rating, and subscribe if you are new as well. We're so close to 400 subscribers now. The support has been absolutely unbelievable recently. Where are we up to? Samuel says Jagielka brings console to this team. He must start. No arguments. Fair enough. EFC 1878 says I still think Richarlison has our best number 9 with Bernard and Lookman off the wings, Davis in the 10. Fair enough. David says only 10 minutes to realise the 12 players, although Dom is up front, so can't count him. Don't say that. That's unfair on Dom. Dom's learning. He is learning. He's got a lot to learn. Don't get me wrong, but he is learning at the minute. And John says can't use 3 defensive midfielders against a team like Cardiff. I don't think this is a defense. Probably the way that looks, the way I've set it up, it looks a little bit defensive. But in terms of having a 4-3-3 formation, I've mentioned this in previous live streams, I don't believe a 4-3-3 formation is defensive. I think those 3 midfielders, rather than being CDMs or CAMs or number 10s or number 8s or number 6s, I think they're just 3 centre midfielders. The Jagielka can step back and do the little dirty bits of work that he usually does, but then you've got Andre Gomez and Tom Davis who are solely playing as centre midfielders, regular centre midfielders that can go forward. I think Tom Davis is best with his, back facing our goal, running at the opposition. Same with Andre Gomez. I really don't think Tom Davis plays well when he plays in a central defensive midfield position. So I think it's important that Marco Silva understands this, and if he does play these 3 in midfield, he plays them as a regular midfield 3, and then says to Garner, if you need to drop back and you need to do the defensive work, then you do that, and leave the other 2 to go and do the attacking work. Leave the other 2 to breach the create the passes for the attackers, and leave the other 2 to do the forward work, and you just sit back and do the defensive work, because we all know that Jagielka isn't particularly comfortable going forward. We all know that he isn't fantastic going forward either. His strengths really are sitting back and picking up the bits and bobs that other people may lose. So I think it's only fair that he is given that role, and the other 2 are allowed to go forward. And then obviously you've got the pace of Ademola Lookman and Richarlison up top. But for me, those 2 really need to have their head in the game. Their attitudes need to be right. They can't be coming out in this game thinking I'm just going to walk around, I'm just going to throw myself on the floor when anybody touches me. Their attitudes need to be right, and they need to understand that when they get the ball, they need to be running at players, and they need to do that from minute 1 until minute 90 or whenever they come off. They need to be constantly pressuring Cardiff City, because one thing Cardiff City are, they're an alright team, but they leak goals, and you can score goals past them. So we need to make sure we are utilising our attackers. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, obviously good in the air. Yes, he mightn't be the finished article. He mightn't be a fantastic centre-forward in a lot of people's eyes. But for me, he's a good enough centre-forward. He's a good enough number 9, and he's definitely good enough to score goals against a team like Cardiff City. He's good enough if you put the ball in the air to him. If you give him crosses, he will, he will win it. And especially against a team like Cardiff who are leaking goals. It's important that we get as many shots on target as we can, and we get the ball to those wingers and Dominic Calvert-Lewin as much as we can as well in that game. Obviously, I put Bernard in there by accident. I've accidentally put 12 players in there. What an absolute stupid mistake by me. I would be bringing Bernard on in this game, or alternatively maybe start him instead of Lookman or instead of Richarlison. I think his pace and I think his directness as well towards goal will give us a massive threat tomorrow night against the team in Cardiff that, like I said, aren't defensively fantastic. Again, if he does start, it'll be on one of those wings for me, and if he doesn't start, it will be coming off the bench sort of 50-60 minute mark to inject that little bit of pace into a tired Cardiff City side. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on the predicted start and 11. David says Walcott through the middle, Bernard and Lookman wide, Gay with sweep, letting Tom and Gomez push on. Fair enough. Eli says it's Eli or Ellie. Again, I'm really shocking at pronunciation of names. I really am, sorry. EFC 1878 says Garner covers the back 4, allowing Gomez to support both the front 3 and the defenders, allowing Davis to get forward as much as he can. It's a good dynamic, but they need to put the effort in. Exactly, and that's a top comment, and that is exactly what we need. Listen, we could have 12 players like I've accidentally, stupidly put up there. We could have 8 players, we could have 60 players, we could have it in any formation, 4-3-3, 4-3-3 diamond, we could have any formation we wanted, any players we wanted. If they don't put the effort in, it ain't going to work. These players need to be putting 110% in tomorrow night. They really, really do. Garner, Gomez, Davis need to be putting 110% in when they've got that ball. Bernard, if he plays, Lookman, Richarlison, they can't just be, you know, fading out of games. They can't just be walking around expecting the ball to just magically come to them. They need to be making moves and they need to be proactive rather than reactive. Calvert-Lewin needs to be taking his chances. He has had a couple of chances in recent weeks where he just hasn't taken them, and, you know, free headers where he's headed it simply to the keeper and give the keeper an easy save, or, you know, silly things like that. He needs to be making sure that if he gets a clear-cut chance, he's putting it in the back of the net, you know, 9 times out of 10. The defence need to be strong. They need to be tight. John Joe Kenny needs to be getting forward and helping whoever's on that right-hand side. Luca D needs to be getting forward and helping whoever's on that left-hand side. And if Phil Jagielka gets back into the team, we need to understand that he hasn't played first-team football for months now. He has literally only just come back from an injury himself as well. So he's going to need support. Michael Keane needs to be on his game. Michael Keane needs to be make sure that he's not making any stupid mistakes. He's not letting players get in behind them, and he's not letting, you know, Cardiff break them down too easily. Listen, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Cardiff aren't a fantastic footballing team, and that's no disrespect to them, but they're not. They haven't got the best manager in the world, but what they've got is a little bit of fight and a little bit of passion. What they've got is pride, and pride to play for that team. Obviously, they've literally just, well, they haven't overcome, they're overcoming the tragic death of their record signing Emiliano Sala in that tragic plane crash. So they're going to be fighting, they're going to be bringing it, and they're going to be saying, you know what, we need to just give it everything we've got now, and we need to absolutely try our hardest to stay in this league. And that's what Cardiff City are going to bring tomorrow. And you know what, if they do bring that and we just turn up our usual lackadaisical self, waltzing around feeling sorry for ourselves, then I don't think we'll win this game. And that's for me why I've taken the likes of Gylfi Sigurdsson out the starting 11. That's for me why I've taken the likes of Theo Walcott out the starting 11, because I think those two players, along with others, are just walking around and not doing enough at the minute. They're not taking responsibility. They're not showing what it means to fight for that team. They're not showing what it means to fight for the fans, and they're not showing what it means to fight for the badge. And there's no room for players like that in the squad. There's no room for players that won't fight, and especially against teams that are going to come and they're going to give you a good fight. Listen, if we're on our A game tomorrow and we play, let's say, like we did against Burnley or like we did against Liverpool and Anfield, we'll beat these. We will beat them. If we put a little bit of passion, we put a little bit of fight in, and you know what, we actually take our chances for once and we actually create chances like we did against Burnley away, we'll beat Cardiff tomorrow. But if we don't, and we don't bother putting in the effort, we don't bother putting in the work, and we don't create enough chances, and we're not clinical enough up front, and we do make defensive mistakes, then we will be beaten. Cardiff City will know that pretty much any team in world football can put a ball into the box against Everton, and it's almost guaranteed a goal. Millwall proved that. You know, Millwall, a team struggling in the Championship. 3 balls into the box, 3 goals. Won that game of football for them. Any team at the minute who puts a ball into the box from a set piece, from a corner, from a, you know, just a play, it's likely that it's going to result in a goal. So we need to make sure that when we're putting balls into the box, it's resulting in goals as well. When we're attacking, it's resulting in goals. We're not afraid to shoot. We're not afraid to, you know, have a go at goal. We're not afraid to, at half-time, have 10 shots, 8 on target, whatever. I do not want to be leaving this game tomorrow with 3 shots and 1 on target and have been beaten 1-0 by a scruffy goal by Cardiff. This is a massive, massive game for Everton, and I cannot stress that enough. This is a massive game, and if I can ask for one thing from them 11 players, whoever it is, or 12 players, if you can't count like me, then it's that they show fight and they show passion, and they sit back and they go, you know what, boys, we've had 17 days off here getting paid absolute arse loads of cash a week. Let's go out and let's actually show what it means to play for this football club, and let's fight for them travelling fans. There's going to be hundreds, thousands of fans travelling to Cardiff tomorrow. Bloody 6 hours, however long it is away. The other end, the arse end of Wales on a Tuesday night. A lot of those fans will have to come back Tuesday night and go to work on Wednesday. The last thing I want to see when I'm watching that game tomorrow night is players not showing effort, players not showing art, and players just walking around the football pitch happy to just be there. That's not what it's about, and if you're playing like that, you can get ragged off for me. You've seen the situation with Kepa in the Chelsea game yesterday. It's an absolute disgrace, and if he was an Everton player, I wouldn't want him playing again. disrespecting a manager like that. No matter what you think about a manager, a player cannot have that much power, and it's a disgrace. And for me, obviously it's not on that level. Obviously it's not, you know, that extreme at Everton. But at the minute, I think there is a little bit of player power. I think there's a little bit too much player power, because you do see players week in, week out that are just walking around, strolling around, not doing much, but yet they're still picked every single week. And for me, that's not good enough. That's just not good enough. We need to show that we are the better team tomorrow, and we need to show, you know what, okay, we mightn't have been playing well in recent weeks, but this is the start now. This is where we go out. Let's get a dominant win tomorrow, eh? Let's go out. I'm not saying let's win 5-1. I'm not saying let's win 4-1. Let's go out and get a 2-0 or a 3-0. But we control the game from start to finish, and we take the chances we have. You know, if we go out tomorrow and we control the game from start to finish, and we get 3 counter-attacks and score 3 goals, that's a good win for me. And that's a top win, and we can go and build on that, and that'll give us confidence going into the derby on Sunday. If we go in tomorrow and we don't show passion and we don't show fight, and we're lackadaisical and Cardiff end up winning, we'll get turned over on Sunday by them, and that will be the last straw for a lot of fans. I'm Marco Silva in because I don't, you know my reasons. I don't think there's a plan for after him, and I think we should give him the time and you know, the resources in the summer to see where we're at. But I think the majority of fans that are still Marco Silva in at the minute, if we get beat tomorrow night and we don't show fight and passion, and if we get turned over by them lot on Sunday, a lot of fans will say, right, that's it, that's enough. Because they're not going to see where we're going. We need to show, and this team and Marco Silva need to prove to the fans tomorrow, listen, we might have had a blimp in form. Yes, it mightn't have been fantastic this season. Yes, we mightn't have done anything significant in the cup competitions. But you know what? We're starting now. Let's go out and beat Cardiff tomorrow night, and then let's go and give them a game on Sunday. They're a good side. Let's not lie, Liverpool are a good side. I'm not going to sit here and say they're shite. They're a good side. And we could give everything we have. We could play out of our skin and still not beat them, purely because they're also a lucky side, and they've got every referee in this country, in this world on their side. That could easily happen. But, you know, fans will walk out of Goodison Park on Sunday and go, you know what, we give everything there, and they just got lucky, or, you know, they're clearly better than us, so, you know, they scored their chances, but we played well, so I can take that. If we go to Goodison Park on Sunday and get turned over by them because we haven't bothered turning up, fans won't take that, and I won't take that because it's not acceptable. But equally, regardless of Sunday isn't tomorrow. Sunday's a derby, and that wouldn't be acceptable in a derby, but it's not acceptable tomorrow for me. If we go up to Cardiff and we just walk around and get turned over by a team that are also fighting relegation, that ain't good enough. This is a massive win. I cannot stress enough the importance of this game of football, and we need to win this game of football. A 3 points is massively needed, and that's all that's acceptable for me. If Everton at 10:30 tomorrow haven't got 3 points, I'm not happy. And you'll see that in my instant match reaction tomorrow night. I won't be happy. If we've got 3 points, listen, we need to put in a big performance, ideally. We do. And we need to go out and blow Cardiff away. But if we don't, and it comes off someone's arse in the last minute, and we've had a shocking game, but we've got the 3 points, then maybe that's sometimes just what you need. A little bit of a little bit of luck to build the confidence up. A little bit of luck to show the lads, you know what, you can win games even when it's against you here. But anyway, regardless, first and foremost, we need to win games. And it starts tomorrow. We need to beat Cardiff City. They're not a fantastic footballing side. No disrespect to them whatsoever, but they're not. At the minute, we're not a fantastic football side either. And I'll admit that. So they'll probably be looking at this going, very beatable team and a very winnable game. And a game that they'll be looking at going, right, okay, if we're going to be, have a serious push here to staying in this league, then these are the games we need to win against the teams that aren't doing really, really well. The teams that, fans are starting to get frustrated with. Teams that, you're seeing just walking around and not showing much effort. And at the minute, we are one of those teams, unfortunately. Where are we in the live comments? David says, DCL against Sol Bamba. Are you nuts? Bamba will put him in his pocket, then take him back to the Love Cave. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not too sure what the Love Cave is. I'm not going to ask that. Eli says, do you think Everton can sign Timo Werner? And David says, yeah, for 150k a week plus add-ons. I don't know. I'd love Timo Werner at Everton. I would love Timo Werner at Everton. But I can't help but think there'll be teams like Bayern Munich and maybe some other Premier League teams that'll be after him that are maybe in a little bit of a better position than we are. But who knows? Money talks these days in football. Money really, really does talk. And if we throw 150k, 200k at Timo Werner in the summer, he might turn around and say, you know what, I fancy the challenge, I'll go to Everton. Who knows? I'll be absolutely made up if that happens. John says DCL will never be a Premier League striker. He's just not good enough. Maybe Ty Walcott there, he scores goals for Arsenal at that position. Fair enough, fair enough. Rob says if Watford can score 5, what can we get at Cardiff? A 2-1 loss, probably, Rob. No, I'm only messing. Exactly. And, you know, other teams have gone to Cardiff and absolutely blew them away. But teams have come to Goodison and blew us away. Wolves come to Goodison and blew us away. And then, you know, struggled and barely got a result against Newcastle. So, you know, it's ifs and buts, isn't it? Swings and roundabouts. It's, you know, it's the Premier League. Every result's different, but regardless, we need to win tomorrow, and that's just it. David answers probably battered to that one, yeah. And then Rob says, no one else, mate. I agree. I also agree. Ellie says, David Collins, I'm a Chelsea fan and I like Everton, and I used to say before we signed Higuain that us and Everton have the same problem. We both need a striker, so it's Werner a realistic signing. I was going to say for Chelsea, but then again, you guys aren't in the best position at the minute either. Maybe he is a realistic signing, we'd have to see, but again, there's going to be some top teams that are in a much better position than Everton after Timo Werner in the summer, I can tell you that. David says, I believe so, Eli. The club off the pitch is amazing and going places. It would take big money, but we can easily double his wages, and the team is another year down the development line. Fair enough, and that is also true as well. If you're not enjoying the stream so far, please do leave a like. It really, really does mean a lot for me, and please do subscribe as well if you haven't already. We're really, really close now to 400 subscribers. I think we're on 383. So it really, really does mean a lot if you could hit that subscribe button. Once again, I do apologise for putting 12 players up on the pitch. That is an absolute rookie mistake by me. But listen, we haven't played for 17 days, so I forgot how to do a predicted starting 11. I forgot who half the players were. I had to sit here before and go, who plays left back, who plays right back? No, I'm only messing. But yeah, absolutely rookie mistake by me. I just want to take this little section of the stream just to remind you guys about the Goodison Zip Slide that I will be competing in. I've left a link in the description below to my Just Given page. Obviously, if you don't know, I will be completing the Goodison Zip Slide, which is a zip slide from one end of Goodison Park to the other end, raising funds for Everton in the community. Everton in the community are looking to raise £1 million during, you know, this event and a load of other events that they put on throughout the year in order to build a new mental health facility called the People's Place. It's going to be placed opposite or next to the People's Hub, which is 500 metres away from Goodison Park, and it's going to be a facility that people that are struggling with mental health issues can go to, have somebody to speak to, have somebody to, you know, just sit there and talk to, because literally, you know, I mentioned it in previous streams, I myself suffer from mental health issues, and sometimes you literally just need somebody to sit there and listen to, you know, what you've got to say, somebody that you can sit and vent to. And, you know, obviously Everton in the community are looking to provide professionals and people that, you know, can be there to help out people on a day-to-day basis that really are struggling, because like I said, I've had an amazing family and friends around me for the entirety of my life, so I've been really lucky enough to be able to go to them on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and talk about, you know, why I'm feeling down or what's not right. Some people really don't have that, so it's really important that, you know, Everton in the community are building a facility that people can go to. Some people that don't have the people around them, or that don't want to speak to the people around them, can go to and just talk to, you know, a random stranger, a professional in the mental health field, and you know, talk about, you know, their issues and how they're struggling, and hopefully get some advice and leave the People's Place feeling a lot better as well. So it's a really close charity to my heart. It's a really close situation to my heart as well, and I would massively appreciate if you've got any spare change whatsoever, going down to the link in the top line of the description and clicking it and donating to my page, obviously, for doing the Goodison Zip Slide on the 30th of March. I'll be filming the zip slide as well. I'll be filming the day, I'll be vlogging it and doing all that sort of stuff, so don't you worry, I'll have a video out on YouTube of that as well. It's going to be a really good day, and obviously raising money for a fantastic cause as well. So like I said, you know, you don't have to donate, don't get me wrong, but if you've got any spare pennies whatsoever, I will massively appreciate if you visited the link in the description and went over and checked my page out for obviously Everton in the community. Thank you all very much obviously for listening as well. Where are we in the live comments? Shabba says, it's right, Cam, they have got to go out and show us fans that they've got the bottle to fight for the cause and prove us that they care. Exactly, 100%, because at the minute they haven't been showing that. The players haven't been showing that they care. They haven't been showing the fight, and they haven't been showing, you know, the passion and the grit and the raw determination that we're used to seeing. We done a stream on Friday about, you know, our all-time Everton 11s, and a load of you guys got involved in it, so thank you all very, very much for getting involved in that stream. And, you know, reading through them 11s, there was some absolutely fantastic names there. Gary Speed, Tim Cahill, Mikel Arteta, Duncan Ferguson, Kevin Sheedy, Lineker, all these players that showed their fight and showed their passion and give it all week in, week out. Tim Cahill was one for me that I said his name on scene because he was in my best ever Everton 11, and I smiled because I just remembered the passion and the fight that he put in every single game he wore that shirt. And just sitting back and thinking about it now, you really don't see that anymore, and I don't think we've got a player in the squad currently that shows the amount of passion and fight that those players did back in, you know, when we had Tim Cahill and when we had Mikel Arteta. So the players need to start showing that now, and they need to start, you know, getting the grips together, and it starts tomorrow night. We need a win. We need 3 points, and, you know, it's massively important that we take the 3 points tomorrow night. Shabbat also says, but don't hold your breath. Yeah, I'm not, to be honest, mate. I'm not holding my breath to anything. Ellie says, good luck against Cardiff. Hopefully you guys winning in a few years start challenges us for the top 4. Thank you very much. I hope we win as well. David Collins says, another good one, Cam. Keep pushing it, dude. Thank you very much, David. Really, really do appreciate that. And David says, keep hold of Sari and we'll be getting next season. He like, yeah, we definitely will. You aren't in the best place at the minute as well in terms of Chelsea, but listen, we aren't, and we need to focus on ourselves first and foremost, and it starts tomorrow night for me. But anyway, that is going to do it from me today. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. If you have, please do leave a like. It really, really does mean a lot to me. Subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. We're pushing to that 400 subscribers. Like I mentioned there, if you are interested in donating, I've left a link in the description down below, and look forward to around about the first week of April when I'll be getting that vlog uploaded of me completing the zip slide. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for my instant match reaction to the game. Hopefully Marco Silva decides to put 12 players on the pitch as well, because we might have a little bit more chance of winning the game of football. But no, in all seriousness, listen, it's a massive game for Marco Silva. It's a massive game for each and every one of those lads that stands on that pitch, and it's a massive game for us fans. We need to win. Nothing less than 3 points is acceptable, and we 100% need to win this game of football. You know, it's a massive 3 points, and it's a 3 points that we should realistically be getting as well. So like I said, don't forget to join me tomorrow for my instant match reaction straight after the game, and then on Wednesday we'll have the full game review as well. Hopefully it's a positive one, and hopefully it's one saying, listen, that's out the way now, good result, good performance, let's get on to Liverpool now and do the exact same, and hopefully upset their amazing season that they seem to be having. Yeah, but anyway, that is going to do it from me. A massive thank you all for watching once again. A massive thank you to everybody in the live comments, and if you're watching this as a YouTube video afterwards, a massive thank you to you as well. Leave your comments, in the comments of the YouTube video. What would your predicted starting 11 be, and how are you feeling about tomorrow's game? How are you feeling about the possibility of Phil Jagielka coming back in the team as well, and do you think he can do a good job as well? Let me know. David says, I've thumbed up, so there's a grand off YouTube for you. Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much. I wish it worked like that. But thank you all for your support as per usual. But like I said, that is going to do it for me. Don't forget to join me again tomorrow after the game for my instant match reaction, and then live at 6:15 on Wednesday for the full game preview. A massive thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed, and I'll see you soon on the Mighty Blues.